All right, I'm out here at the Rose Bowl and I bought another vehicle, so I'm going to bring it to you. We're going to show it to you, give you an idea of what's going on with it. This weekend, it's Easter weekend. It's supposed to rain all weekend in Southern California, so any events that were planned will most likely be canceled. I do like to bring a video to you guys every week. Fortunately, last Friday, I went to an estate sale. This was parked in the driveway, was not part of the listing. I asked about it, and long story short, I wound up bringing it home on Saturday, and it's definitely a very cool project vehicle. It runs great, does need a lot of little things. It's a 1986 GMC Suburban. It does have a Chevy grill. I said in the video from last week I was looking at, I might be buying a Chevy. It's kind of a Chevy. It has the Chevy grill, and it's a GMC Suburban. So let's go have a look. All right, so I will say I did pick this up for a very, very good price. It's a California vehicle. In fact, it's a local vehicle. It was just over in Glendora. And the same owner since 1988. Still has the original issue blue license plates from 86. And I did find a warranty card in the glove box from the original owner who only had it for 2 years, from 86 to 88. And they lived in Arcadia, so this thing's always been a local vehicle. In fact, you'll see how local it is here in a second. When we get to the back as well. Have a look here. Very nice interior. The seat, I did find a receipt. The seat was redone. The front seat was redone in 2003, along with the headliner, which the headliner is worn out again. It does have like one cigarette burn in it. You can see there's a power steering bottle on the floor. It does leak steering out of the steering box, which I'll be taking care of next week. Shows 89,000 on the odometer. And old Alpine stereo. Now look at the brake pedal. You can see this thing has been rolled over. I did Carfax it. The Sierra Classic badges, I only have one, and it's sitting right there. They do sell them brand new online. You can buy a set, I think, for like $60 or something like that. But the seats are pretty nice. Fortunately, this is a square body, so everything is reproduced. You can see the dash does need to be replaced. Because all that stuff is available since these are very popular. Obviously, if anybody's watched the channel or been to car shows in a while. It is a 2500, so it's a 3/4 ton. You can see the grab handle's been kind of stuck back on. It's missing the thing. All that stuff's available, which is really nice about this. It's a very solid California vehicle. Does show sign of being resprayed. Does not look like it has a clear coat, so it's not. You can see right here, it's got a little bit of the. An interesting thing about this vehicle, I did pass smog on Monday. Took it right down. I checked the plate with BAR. It had always passed smog. It never had a problem failing smog. You can see the seat, the middle seat folds down like that. Let's see if we can do this. So this actually comes forward. There's a latch, and then this piece right here folds forward. After this goes forward and folds flat like that, so you can get a lot of cargo stuff. And this one has the rear-mounted air conditioning ducts. And by the way, the air conditioning works in this. And I did find a receipt, and there's the third row seat for this one, which was just left in there. A lot of people just took them out if they didn't need to haul 9 passengers around and put them in storage. A lot of times they get lost. This one has power windows. This is a Sierra Classic, which is I believe the top of the line for 1986. So being an 86, it is a carbureted, get this, 454 big block, 7.4 liter. Has the original dealer frame from Thorson, where I actually worked a few years ago. It's actually still in business on Colorado Boulevard. Let's see if I can remember which key works this one. So I'll show you how the lock works. I actually worked a few years ago at Thorson selling Buicks and GMCs. So it has the roll down window with the key. It also works off a switch in the dash. Now this one's got, some of these have the rear door that's the barn door style, which I guess are harder to find than these with the regular tailgate. I like this because, like, let's say you got to get some furniture in there or something, or even, me, I collect jukeboxes. You could probably get away with putting a jukebox in there if you're not really supposed to lay them down, but if you have to in a pinch, this vehicle would do it. I've had to do it before. So that still works. So, and it does have the third row. If you look, it is a Suburban. Later on, they were, the square body, of course, went from 73 to 87 on pickups. On Suburbans, it went until 91. And this was the GMC Suburban. Of course, later on, they went to the Yukon XL name for the Suburbans later on. And this thing actually had tires. The tires were replaced in 22. So that's another nice thing is I got, the tires were already replaced. And I did find receipts that the carburetor was done a few years ago and it was switched to a 134 air conditioning. So what I'm thinking on this vehicle, originally I thought I'd flip it, but I really like it. It drives very well. The steering box does leak, which shouldn't be a big deal. Obviously everything's available for this truck, which is nice. Very cool. It has the original GMC hubcaps on it. But this would be a great vehicle to take to shows, also for swap meets or estate sales for bringing stuff home. It does get 8 miles to the gallon, and we're going to show you under the hood. Like I say, it is a GMC. Does have the Chevy grill. The correct GMC grill is available for 50 bucks online, and you also have to buy the badge separately, or I could just leave this on and most people aren't going to really notice. It's probably what they figured. They probably bought one at Pick Apart or something. For $50, it's cheaper than actually going to Pick Apart. You can see they put a aluminum radiator in it. I've been driving around. It's fine. There's a little bit of water on the air cleaner. I did clean up a little bit this morning. I did have to put a battery in it to get it home. It had a battery from last year, from 23, a AAA battery. They did not clean the negative terminal, which I think killed the battery because it was not getting a good connection. So I've cleaned up all the terminals and everything, and this thing's been great. It's just like a Walmart EverStart battery I picked up the other day so I could drive it home. See, it's got a 454. Now I'm going to start this up. Now keep in mind this thing has 189,000 miles. It also has a turbo 400 automatic transmission. It is warmed up. I did drive it. I only drove it like 5 minutes though, so let's go ahead and start it. And the great thing about these is you can tow with them. This one has the tow package. Start it right up. Like I said, this thing has been maintained and has been well loved. Supposedly it was bought for towing a boat. I guess early on, they had money. It was actually at a mansion where I got this, and they drove it to Palmdale. They would commute from Glendora to Palmdale, which is a pretty good distance. Probably had the money to fill that 454, and that accounts for the mileage. And it was driven up to about 2000. And 2005 is the first smog where it shows up as having 80,000 miles, and then now of course it shows 89,000 or 180,000, I should say. It wasn't driven much since then. Doesn't smoke. I said I believe this thing was completely maintained. Supposedly they absolutely love this truck. It's got, voltage gauge works. It's got plenty of oil pressure. The temp gauge seems to read a little low, but it does read. And believe it or not, the fuel gauge works, because the fuel gauges usually don't work in the square bodies, but on this one it does. All right, so what do you think? Do I keep it, flip it? Pretty much if I keep this, I got to sell something, because it's probably going to be the 61 Buick, which has actually not appeared on the channel as of yet. But this thing just runs so good. It's such a great vehicle. It really solves a lot of problems with me for having to haul stuff. Although it does get 8 miles to the gallon. Fortunately, it does have working air conditioning, which is great, especially when I got to take my daughter somewhere. So let me know what you think about this vehicle. Be sure to like the video. Be sure to subscribe to the channel. Make sure you check your subscriptions tab often on YouTube to make sure that you're seeing all the channels that you subscribe to. We're gonna have that tentative list of events I'm planning to hit. Next week we got Del Mar for a Good Guys Meet, so that's coming up next week. Got a lot of other amazing events. April is like car show month. Hopefully the weather is behind us and we can get you some great footage of some great car shows. Maybe I'll bring the Suburban to like Long Beach or Pomona or something once I get the steering sorted out. So until next time, I'll be seeing you.